Day 4 of the festival opens with an original drama by Christian Santos. Insert label here is presented by GAMPA, with the director saying the festival is the perfect opportunity to explore controversial and social issues.
So this year we're looking into bullying and touching upon teenage suicide and what influence teenagers have on each other. So it's a great workshop piece, because what I do is I use it as in class. We develop it and we workshop it with the kids. We decide together what the theme is going to be. So this year I tried to go for a comedy, to be honest, but the kids were having none of it. So I thought, okay, let's look at something that affects them. It's something that interests them. For them, it's been a good experience with regards to trying to bring onto the show what they experience on an everyday basis, and also exploring what the after effects of something like bullying or negative experiences in school can be all about.
The production focuses mainly on ensemble work and is described as a study in perception.
Actually, I'm using a projector for a lot of it, because it's like the thought of what we see, and it's projected onto the screen by one of the characters who I use as a bit of a narrator, and it's what she sees and not necessarily what is seen on stage. So that's what I've tried to do with this. I've got a bit of singing and a bit of music to make it a bit cohesive, because with the videos and the music it seemed to be a bit disjointed, but I thought, listen, what we do best is that, like ensemble pieces and singing and acting. So I just went to and play to our strengths.
Medway Little Theatre Youth Company from the UK presents a murder mystery with a twist. A Point of Law is written by Bob Cook. It's set in the 1960s and mixes music, live singing and the basic film noir storyline.
It's something that is a little bit of a departure for us, because normally we bring right out and out comedies. This one is a little bit more serious and gives them a little bit more to work with and develop their characters really and kind of sell it. It's the challenge of trying to put something this complicated on a very simple stage in a very simple way, and there are more challenges for the actors in that respect, so they're kind of working on elements of how they can move on and off the stage with the lighting and the sound and making that more of an impact than actually props and set. There are some familiarities, but things changed, like the hall's changed already in such a short time. So there are things for us to learn, but the welcome has always been really wonderful, and again it has been today. And we literally flew in this morning, we're rehearsing and we're on tomorrow, so very kind of quick and pants.
Friday's evening session sees 2 works by the Bayside and Westside drama group. The first, an original by teacher Julian Felice, focuses on online scams. In Jesus' Name has involved some hands-on research.
We're all very familiar with online scams and emails, and I when I was toying with this idea of writing a play about this, I actually got involved in the whole business of kind of pursuing some of these scams and seeing how far they could go without obviously getting into any trouble myself. And so a lot of the dialogue that is in the play is actually dialogue that I engaged with a stranger somewhere who thought he was scamming me. So that was interesting, trying to explore that side of things. And we tried to portray that story. We tried to portray the story of someone who fell for a scam.
The second play by the group is The Trial by Stephen Burkoff, telling the story of a man arrested and prosecuted, with the nature of the trial unknown to him or the audience.
When Burkoff first staged this in the early 70s, it was an extremely successful production. And I think it's because the story is very powerful. The story of this man who is kind of stuck in this nightmare journey almost, where he's trying to find out what he's on trial for, and he never finds any answers. I think it's very strong, and so it works really well on stage. And no, it's a very powerful philosophical piece, very existential in its nature, and I think that some of these themes are stuck with us. The whole idea of one man against society, one man against the law, and more powerful institutions, the futility of some elements of our existence, make this play quite ever present, really, ever relevant.
The festival concludes on Saturday with a gala evening featuring 3 plays selected by the adjudicator.